Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. It is Sunday, which means I'm about to get my meal prep game on. I've been a little under the weather and it's been the holiday, so I have been very off track, but the new year is starting. This is going to be my first week getting all the way back to plan, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm meal prepping this week. Since I've been very off track, I'm trying to keep it very simple. For my lunches, I'm going to be doing turkey sausage again. I know you guys have probably seen that before. This is my third time doing it in a meal prep video, I think, and I promise at some point I will have more creative lunches. But I'm going to be doing that again. It's really yummy. I never get tired of it. Super easy to cook, and so I'm going to do that again. I am going to make a low point vegetable soup for my dinners this week, and a lot of the products I use are canned. I know some people really don't like to use canned products. I am fine with it. I just make sure to get the no salt added, and so I'm going to be doing that. For my breakfast this week, I'm actually just waking up and making a fried egg with some turkey bacon. So I'm not prepping any breakfast, but I'm focusing a lot on snacks this week because my biggest enemy has been how much I love to snack in between my meals. Like, I have to eat every 2 hours or I just don't function. So I'm going to be focusing a lot on making sure that I have 0 to low point snacks. So I'll be doing a lot of snack prep along with my meals. So I hope you guys enjoy this and you get some tips from it or some ideas of what you can cook to help you stay on track. Of course, I'll share with you the point values and everything while we're going through. And just in case you guys are curious, I do have 28 points per day on my journey right now. I was down to 27, but with the holidays I've gained a little bit, so I get an extra point of food. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the meal prep, and I hope you guys like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on the vegetable soup because my turkey meat is already thawed out. I have 3 pounds of the extra lean Butterball ground turkey, and that's what I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that into the pan and get that started. And I'm also going to go ahead and get my oven set to 350, and I'm gonna put an entire bag of bird's eye broccoli into my pan here to get that started. I am going to be making some boiled eggs for snacks this week, and I like to put them in an ice bath after so that they're easier to peel, but I don't have any ice cube trays, so I always just fill up a bowl with cold water and set it in my freezer before I start the eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and start on my turkey sausage. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice this up into little pieces, and then I'm gonna put it on the pan, and then we will start on the boiled eggs. And I did decide to add a little bit of garlic and chili powder to my turkey meat. Okay, my turkey is done, so I'm going to go ahead and strain it. Since this is the low-fat turkey, there's really not a lot of straining to be done. So I always like to go ahead and drain it anyways. My sausage is starting to sizzle. This smells so good when it's cooking. This is one of my favorite things to meal prep. Also gonna go ahead and get my eggs on the stove. Check on the broccoli. I don't have a specific time for my broccoli. I just like to check on it and see when it is pretty soft. So I can tell it's softening up a little bit, but it's not completely done. So I'm going to leave it in there. The only points in my vegetable soup are this can of diced potatoes. The app says that this whole can is 5 points, and I know that I will split this into at least 5 servings. I'm used to having 0-point foods when I use my crock pot. There are no points in here. Peas, mixed vegetables, and my tomato sauce. And then I also have some an extra can of corn to put in it. So I'm gonna try to make sure and count each serving as 1 point, but it may be less than that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these opened up so I can get everything in the crock pot and get it going. I can tell my broccoli's done, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out of the oven. So this broccoli always comes out very soft and it always tastes super fresh. Some of the pieces in the front, for some reason my oven seems to get hotter in the front, if that makes sense. So some of the pieces do get a little more brown than I would like, but they still taste good. And this Bird's Eye vegetable bags I would highly recommend. It always is fresh and so much better than the steamable bags in my opinion. So there is the broccoli, and my sausage is also done. So here in just a second I'm going to start packing up those lunches. By the way, this can opener is super amazing. It was a Christmas gift from someone at work, and if I can find it I will try to link it in the description. I really needed a new one and I really like this one. It's very efficient. So I always have my crock pot and my meal prep containers linked in the description, but I'm going to see if I can find this as well and put it down there for you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and get everything into the crock pot for the vegetable soup. So there is my vegetable soup. I did add a can of petite diced tomatoes, and I usually like to add an extra can of green beans and a little bit of beef broth, but somehow I don't have either of those right now. So I can tell I'm definitely going to get more than 5 servings out of this, but I'm going to count each serving I have as 1 point, just to be safe on that little can of diced potatoes. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on low for 8 hours. And that way we should have some by the end of the night. And it looks like there's not enough liquid, so I may end up adding a can of tomato sauce, but I'm going to let it cook for a little bit and see, because sometimes the liquid kind of comes to the top. I've also got my eggs, broccoli, and sausage cooling down so that I can get those into the ice bath and then in my meal prep containers. So I'm going to go ahead and start on my snacks. I'm going to be having pretzels with cheese, apples, and peanut butter, lots of fruit and things like that. So I'm going to try to get some of those packaged up so that they are easy to grab throughout the week. Let me know if you have tried these wafer crackers from Aldi. They look really good. The app says you can have 7 of these crackers for 2 points. With my pretzels, I'm going to be having one of the Happy Farms light spreadable cheeses from Aldi. These are only 1 point. They're just like the Laughing Cow, and they are super good with chips and pretzels. So I'm going to go ahead and weigh out 3 ounces for each serving of my turkey sausage, and that will be 4 points. And I'm going to fill the other side of my container with broccoli. As I said earlier, these containers are my favorite. They are linked in the description if you want to check them out. So there you have it. That is my meal prep for this week. Over here I have my snacks. As you guys can see, there is a lot of them. I did order some Built bars to try out, so I'm excited to try that. And I'm gonna have blackberries, tomatoes, apples, and peanut butter, the pretzels and cheese. I have a lot of cuties left, and I have unsweetened applesauce and boiled eggs. So I think it's safe to say I'm set up for a good snacking week. And I also have my lunches done. Now I do add a slice of Velveeta cheese on top of my broccoli, so this will be a 5-point lunch. I'm thinking about freezing 2 of these. But I've never frozen any of my meal prep besides my breakfast sandwiches before, so please let me know down in the comments, do you freeze your meal prep? How does it work out? And do you think I would be able to freeze and reheat this successfully? As usual, we do have a lot of broccoli left, probably at least 2 servings that we can have with our dinners this week, or if we want to just, I don't know, have a serving of broccoli for fun. So there's that. And over in the crock pot, we also have our vegetable soup cooking, and that is going to be 1 point per serving, and I usually have it with crackers and cheese. I also wanted to mention that this is probably the fastest I have ever meal prepped. All of this took me just over an hour. You could easily accomplish this in an hour or less, so it's super easy. Meal prepping, honestly, is such a key ingredient to a healthy lifestyle for me. It lets me have food already available, and it's easy to get to, it's easy to reheat, and it tastes good. So if you don't already meal prep, I would very much recommend it, and hopefully this shows you just how easy it can be. So that is all the meal prep I have for you today. I hope this gave you some ideas and you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below and hit that red subscribe button. We would love to have you join our little family here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.